if I traded it all, if I gave it.
Welcome back. We are just having a ball here today on my 10-year anniversary. For anyone that's just tuning in that didn't hear before, it is my 10-year anniversary being on this on KFNX in the same spot for 10 years. I can't believe it. I love my listeners. Thank you for all of you for listening. I do have a lot of listeners that are loyal, so thank you to you guys out there. We've been just talking, of course, about everyone else on my show. That's what I do here. My next guest, who has been on my show now, I mean, we met in October. She's been on every show since October,
almost
but a good reason. I think every show, almost every show. But you really have had a reason for coming on too. I have with me Solar Sandy. She's been on a lot. Thank you for coming on so much.
Carol, I just want to say thank you to you, and I can say this from the bottom of my heart, that the opportunity to be able to talk to your listening audience and people that are driving, and sometimes they just are, switching channels and they hear you and I having a conversation. What makes this show so special to me is I'm not a salesperson. I'm a retired nurse who's a mother and a grandmother that I couldn't
And
help.
you wouldn't believe it.
Oh, shush. I couldn't help my own daughter pay her power bill because of a bad accident I had in financial situations. And when I started researching how to help her save money off her power bill, and this fell into my lap to help other people save money off a bill that they're already spending money on, I really found a passion for it because I knew significantly it changed my daughter's life. And I thought of all the other people that, power is an essential. It continues to go up. It's never going down. And by coming on your radio show, I've just, like your previous guest was saying, it's really given me an ability to talk personally to your listening audience and people, and I've helped and met so many of them, and they adore you, Carol, and you're the one who puts the passion and the fire, additionally in my heart, to help as many more people as I can save money on a bill that they're already spending money on.
Well, I'll tell you something. There's a few people that come on this show, and you are one of them, that really help a lot of people out there. And you've been on the show since October, and I know personally that you have gone out, because you go to them, you give them this $200 solar savings incentive.
I do.
Cash in their pocket, and you literally, she talks about them on the air like as if they're family.
They are.
And that is why I know it.
That's the way I feel about them. Whenever I go out to meet my prospective families, I look at them as part of my family. I treat them the way I would want somebody to treat me or my family, my daughter. That their electrical health, Carol, is just as important. When I was nursing, giving medication, giving the right dosage, making sure that they have enough panels, making sure that they understand all the questions, and I take it personally. I go to bed thinking about people, making sure that I've answered their questions completely and accurately, and I really do take it personally. If somebody decides, maybe I'll just want to think about it, their power bill's going up July 1st, Carol, significantly. 8%, plus these new fees on the left-hand side of the bill that's going to impact people significantly and dramatically. There's people out there on Social Security, people that are getting ready to retire, people that are retired, and they can't take their power bill going up not $1, let alone 50, 100 or more. And that's what's happening today. And there is so much misinformation out there. It's not in the APS customer's favor just to go, I can find out this and I can find out. They don't want you to know how much money that they're making of selling you their power. And all I'm trying to do, Carol, is go out and lower a bill that we're spending money on, and we're going to continue to. It's not a need. A want. It's a need. Essential for living in Arizona. So saving money off that bill is going to put more of their hard-earned money back in their pocket, be able to afford them to, retire, college funds, save whatever, that family vacation, because this year people are going to fall over when they see those increases hit their bill in August.
One thing I thought about when you said that you're a retired nurse, and you said that what you like to do is make sure people have X, Y, and Z, nurses like to make everybody comfortable. And that is what you're not going to be able to do when you're going to see that you try and have to have everybody puts their temperature up,
Thermostat.
their thermostat higher because, and why should you? Now, this is no cost solar to the people out there. Explain that to them because I think that would be the number one reason why they don't understand it.
Exactly, Carol. A lot of people have the misconception that they're having to buy the panels. A lot of people have talked to people previous to me hearing this today about buying panels. I don't recommend that. I honestly make more money if I sell people panels, and I don't recommend it for anyone. We install them. We pay for the panels. We pay for the installation. We maintain them. We monitor them. We insure them. We warranty them. And there's absolutely nothing that the homeowner has to worry about. Just like the APS equipment is on their house already, APS takes care of that. We take care of ours. And the power the panels produce is going to cost them less than what the power that they're buying from APS is. So I give the analogy. If you're driving down the road, Fry's has gas for, and everybody says gas has never been 17 cents. Well, it was a long, long time ago. But let's say
it's just an analogy here.
Right, just an analogy. You're driving down the road, gas is $2.29 at Fry's. That's what it was yesterday. Costco has gas across the street at $2.20. Well, you as a wise consumer are going to go to Costco to save that 9 cents off the gallon of gas because those gallons add up. Same thing here with your power price. We just went into May. This is May 9th or no 11th. I can't even keep track of my dates. 9th, 11th. Yes, 9th. And the summer rates just came back into effect. So our summer rates that were high enough last summer are back now May 1st. And in just a month and a half, July 1st, those rates are going to increase again, 8%. And in addition, Carol, they're adding this new, instead of it, I misspoke earlier several months ago when I called it a mandatory. That's what they were calling it in the Arizona Corporation Commission meetings. They've now decided to call it a optional demand charge. It's semantics. It's the same thing. What it is it's a program an algorithm that's going to figure out the time of the day in that month when we're using the very most amount of power, that hour where we're using the very most amount of power, and they're going to charge you a demand fee. So in addition to our cost of our power going up, we're going to have yet another fee on that left-hand side of the bill. By going solar, you're not only saving money off the kilowatts, but all those fees, taxes, and surcharges, you're no longer paying those. So you're saving significantly by going solar. This is the alternative source of power, costing you less. Therefore, the reason we call it no-cost solar is you're not buying panels. You're not paying for the installation, the maintenance, and monitoring. And I get more and more passionate about this every single day, Carol. I read a great deal because this information is not easily found if you just click this and click that on APS's website, etc. They've got misinformation up there. They misinform people. Their customer service representatives have a script, and they give misinformation all the time. And it's most infuriating because I am there to tell people the reason I got into doing this is my daughter's bill had gone up 340% from the time that I had lived in Hawaii and started paying power there. And it wasn't the cost of the power. The power had gone up, but it was all the fees, taxes, and surcharge. And people say, well, how can that be? Because they're a for-profit corporation. They can and they will, because Arizona, California, Hawaii, those electric companies are for-profit corporations, and they can make their business plan and their profit the way they want.
We're going to open up the lines here, too, for everyone to call in, and you're going to get a $200 solar savings incentive. You do have to qualify, which most people do. It doesn't take a lot to. This is a no-obligation free consultation to you. She comes out valley-wide. She wants to help you find out how much money that she can save you, which is usually a half or then some, she says.
Your highest bill in the summer, it's cut them in half and then some. But often I'm able to give them more power for less than they're paying to APS.
Call us here at 602-277-5369.
Traded it all
Welcome back. Now, we do have our lines open here. I know a lot of people love calling in to the station and getting all the things that people are giving away today. Right now, we are giving away lots of things, obviously. Solar Sandy is doing her $200 solar savings incentive for people who do qualify. Sandy, what does it take for people to qualify for it?
They own their home. It's actually very simple, Carol. They own their own home, and they have a credit score of 650 or better. And if you're signed up by June 15th, time is running out. APS is changing the rules after July 1st. So if your reservation isn't in, you're not going to get grandfathered in for the maximum savings that are available. When I go out to see people today, it doesn't matter how much or how little power or how much power that they use, it's in their best interest to get this done before July 1st and be grandfathered in for the maximum savings. So through June 15th, because after that, I can't guarantee that they'll get that net metering and that 20-year grandfathering. So June 15th, that's the cutoff date, because I can promise that the panels will get up, but I can't promise that they'll get in with the maximum savings with APS. So that $200 solar saving incentive, don't wait on that. That's a thank you that I give to all of my consumers that qualify on their own home, 650 credit score, and at the installation they get that as a thank you from me to pay off their last APS bill.
So our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. And I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show for this. This is no-cost solar. A lot of people are hearing a lot about it. If you read the news in any way, listen to the news. You'll hear a lot about it. One thing about Sandy, which I also like too, is you are all about educating your clients.
Absolutely, Carol.
You come on here, you are passionate because there is a push right now with the APS people, because there is really going to be this huge jump in your bill, and she just wants you to get in and find out this information from her. It's a no obligation consultation, and she comes to you, and if you qualify, if you decide that this is what you want to do, which I'm assuming most people do when they work with you, because
when they see the savings and what the bills are going to be after July 1st, Carol, there's no reason why somebody wouldn't do this. I had one person the other day, and I'm going to talk about it, that was talking about changing their roof from a flat roof to a pitched roof. Even with that person, they could still be signed up, and we can work with them on if they have a roof repair or something, because now the reservation is made, and we can accommodate if something needs to be done on a roof, something needs to be fixed. We can accommodate just about anything. But if you wait until after July, you'll be sorely shocked when you see what your bill is in August. So I want to see people get signed up, get that net metering grandfathered in for the 20 years for the maximum savings, and they're really going to be pleased at the amount that I can save them off the bill that they're already spending money on, Carol.
Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can also go up on her website, which is AskSolarSandy.com. On there's a ton of information, and
Absolutely.
They can subscribe, and tell them a little bit about what happens when they do that.
Put your name and your information there. Of course, I'm on the air right now talking with Carol, and so I get back to you usually the next day, and what I do is I talk to you, I find out where you live, get your information, and with your permission, I call into APS to get the kilowatts to find out how many kilowatts you used the last 12 months. If you've not lived in the house 12 months, I can use the square footage. There's a formula that works pretty accurately on that. And then what I do is I create a solar saving proposal for my families and set a time to go out and visit with them, answer any questions. Sometimes I go back 2 and 3 times, get them signed up, and give them time to digest and come back with questions. But the most important thing, Carol, is getting that reservation made and getting the process started. It takes about 45 to 60 days from the time of signing till install. So we are just about at that place where July 1st is right at that point. So I want to see as many of my APS customers getting this done before that significant increase, because it is going to hit their accounts or their bank accounts and their budgets very significantly. And I just know that I have solar on my roof. I walk the talk. I talk the talk and I walk the talk. I believe in this because I have it, and I could not afford my own power bill without it. My daughter couldn't have continued living in her home without it. And at that time, after an accident, and I was on Social Security disability, Carol, I couldn't help my own daughter pay her power bill. And that's how I became passionate about this and helping people, as many people as I can, explaining it, dispel the myths, and really explaining and educating people about it. And some people, they still might have questions, but you know what? They can call me anytime. I answer my phone. I'm a little bit old-fashioned. I like talking to people. I like people to understand things. I believe in this so 150%, and I can absolutely assure you the people that have gone solar with me are very, very happy that they did. I had a lady today that went solar a year ago, Carol, and she texted me today. She says, Sandy, why am I still getting a bill of $94? And I said, well, hang on a second. It happened to be Dee Dishroom's daughter, the one that has the $3.10 bill. So she said, something's not right. And I looked. She had been placed on the APS billing cycle where she was still getting demand fees. I said, you had a $61 demand fee. I said, did you put yourself on this program? She says, no. So I said, get on the phone and call APS. She called. They took her off of that. Her bill was only, I think, $17 after that. I mean, I know what I'm talking about, Carol. So these demand fees, they're already there. They're just going to get worse. And I really am passionate about helping people understand this. Most of us have our bills on auto pay, and we don't really look closely at our bills. I look closely at your bills. I want you to understand this.
She will give you a $200 solar savings incentive. All you have to do is give her a call and find out whether or not you are qualified. And this is just information for you. It's a no obligation consultation. It's free to you to find out how much money she can save you on a bill that you're already paying for. And she wants to get you in now because she can save you the most amount of money now before July 1st. So give us a call here at 602-277-5369 and toll free. It's 1-866-536-1100. You can go up on her website. It's AskSolarSandy.com. A question that I have, because when you mentioned that somebody had already gone solar, let's say a year ago, and I know that I didn't know you then, but when somebody, let's say, has been solar before and they didn't have someone like you who makes sure that they have all of the panels, can you help someone like that?
In certain cases I can, Carol. In certain cases I can't. And I hear this a lot, and this is why you asked me, why are some people not so keen on going solar? Because they've heard the stories around the water cooler, or a neighbor or a friend saying, geez, I'm still getting a really high bill from APS, and that solar really isn't helping me. They didn't get enough panels to cover 100% and a smidge more of their electricity. My goal when I go to see my families is that they're not buying one single kilowatt ever again from APS, because that kilowatt today is going up July 1st. After July, that's not the last of the increases. It's going to go up again and again and again. So my goal is that you're not ever buying any power from the electric company. You're not buying their expensive retail power, that your whole power source is on the roof, and it covers every single kilowatt that you need and have used in the last 12 months, and that you'll know your power costs for the next 20 years. If you sell the house, it transfers over like the water and gas, Carol. So if you only are going to be in the house for the next couple of years, you're going to pay the power bill. You might as well pay it lower rather than higher.
Get the information by calling here. You're going to get that $200 solar savings incentive and find out whether or not you qualify. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. And we're going to let everyone keep on calling throughout the rest of the show for all of these things. Maybe it's you, maybe it's someone you know. Yeah, we're talking about APS people right now because there's a huge push on that right now. And maybe it's someone that you know that lives in a house that, oh my God, they're older people that they can't afford it. They're on a fixed income.
Exactly.
Find out out how much money. It's a no obligation consultation. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. And check her out on her website. Subscribe there. It's easy to do. Go to AskSolarSandy.com. What are your final words? We have less than a minute.
My final words is thank you, Carol, for inviting me on your show and just giving me the pleasure to talk to such wonderful people. They love you, and when I go out to see them, they really thank me too. So it's all basically started with you, and I am ever so grateful. And so are the people, the Taylors. I mean, there's so many people. Nicole Levinson. I can't even list them all. There's so many. I'm taking her $200 this weekend. So these are names these are all people. Your friend Debbie Sweet. There's so many people that have listened to this show and heard you and I talking. Some of them listeners, some of them just switching station, but they've called in to save money on a bill that they're already spending money on, and very grateful they did.
Give us a call here at 602-277-5369. It's AskSolarSandy.com.